Hey everyone, it's 10 Types, and today we have some new cards to look at, which is always exciting, I think. So, yeah, let's just hop right in. First of all, we got Glalie and Frostlass from Mass Exchange in Snorunt, but yeah, it's not particularly good. The Snorunt, the Glalie here is kind of interesting. Damage beat 20 times the amount of damage cards on your opponent's active. You can also do 140 for 3, which is okay in certain scenarios, but for the most part, pretty underwhelming. Damage speed's interesting. Excuse me. We've seen a lot of types or like type of attacks like this, and yeah, they're okay, but usually not spectacular. Yeah, and I think this falls in the same camp. Literally just I think a few days ago saw a brute bonnet with a very similar attack. It was a better attack, but a basic and but more energy. So yeah, I mean, we see lots of attacks like this, and I don't think this one's particularly special. 20 times is not a very high multiplier, and so you need to. It's like a finisher, right? Which is okay. I mean, it's okay as a finisher, but it's never going to be not just. It's always going to be a finisher, right? So I think it's you can't like ping a bunch and then take the knockouts. I don't think it's very good, is what I'm saying. I don't think it's complete trash. There might be scenarios where this could be useful, specifically if there's like a good Glalie or Frostlass attacker. Um, are there any in format? I think there's not. I think there was like a Frostlass that was okay that rotated. Oh, there's a Frostlass EX. I kind of forgot that card existed. Oh wait, no, oh then there's this other Frostlass that can paralyze. And then is there what Glalie is there? I completely forget about these cards. I feel like the line's very forgettable, but maybe that's just me. Yeah, this one isn't it. So I don't know. There's some things here. I guess you could pair it with this Frostlass EX. Um, I don't know. I mean, there's some stuff here. It's kind of weird, but you could use it. I don't think it's actually as bad as I thought it was initially, but it's also not that good. It's okay, which is fine. Being okay is fine. I think it won't see play, but I don't think it's complete trash. And then we got this really crazy Frostlass here, which is so this does have synergy with Glalie, I guess, but not insane. Frostlass during Pokemon checkup. Put one damage counter on each Pokemon in play with an ability, both yours and your opponent's, except any Frostlass. So this will, if you have Frostlass EX in play, it will damage that. It looks like, it is what it is. I mean, Um, also, I must have been thinking of this Frostlass, which rotated a while ago. Anyway, so yeah, it will damage your Frostlass EX if you're running that. But in this stacks, as far as I'm aware, someone here said Dodrio amplifier, and then two comments down they said it'll like kill the birds though. It probably will. So that's kind of funny. It could be used for Dodrio. I don't know if that's any good. It seems kind of sketchy, but kind of funny as well. There is a Monkey Dory that I don't know if we'll talk about. It already got revealed, but it got like revealed again. I'm not really sure what happened there, but yeah, I mean this is pretty interesting. It could do big damage. Uh, but it's gonna damage your own Pokemon, I think. I just can't see in a world where you aren't playing any Pokemon with abilities and you're actually like walling. So, because I feel like you want to sit behind a wall and then do damage over time. But once you're sitting behind a wall, then that wall has an ability, presumably. It could be a Noivern EX maybe, or like Glaceon, which while basics and evolutions respectively, but that seems kind of bad. I mean, yeah, it doesn't seem very good. So I don't know. I think Frostlass is it's really interesting. I don't know if it's good enough. I don't know. I just don't know what Wallace could hide behind. I'm sure there's some combo that's interesting. And then with the Dodrio thing, which does more damage for each damage counter on it, and there are some Pokemon like it, but I don't really know. I think it's kind of sketchy. It's if you've ever played Dodrio, you know it's kind of sketchy or very sketchy. Frostlass is, yeah, I think it's in that. If playing Dodrio Frostlass seems really sketchy, you could definitely end up knocking out your own Pokemon, which is not obviously not good. And then yeah, it seems really weird. Really fun, but really weird. Yeah, Frostlass, really cool card. I think it'll. I have no idea if this card's gonna see play. I think it should. I think it might. It's a really weird card, like damaging your own Pokemon. There are actually other ways to damage your own Pokemon. There's a Raichu. There's some like there's a surprisingly high amount of ways to damage your own Pokemon, and they're all like not very good. So They're not very good at damaging your own Pokemon. They damage both. Um, and Frostlass is like another one of those. It's really interesting potentially. It's kind of like that stadium, Shrine of Punishment. It's actually very similar to that, but that was GXs, right? So you could run not GXs. Not running Pokemon with abilities is kind of hard. So yeah, potentially if your opponent is running Iron or Thorn GX, then this will turn off your abilities, which is like kind of funny. But um, yeah. Anyway, and then that's it for these two. This Frostlass was really interesting though, and I'm interested in hearing your thoughts down below in the comments because it seems I don't know. I don't really know what to make of it. But then we got some new cards, including Diplin, Monkey Dory, Pheasantipity, and no, and Okidogi, which we actually saw, but now we see illustration rares. Oh, these are actually really cool. This Diplin, I think it's like a fun card, but I really love the style on the Monkey Dory, and I love this Pheasantipity. I think it looks really cool in terms of art. And then the Timber, ta-da, whatever. Cool, I guess. And I guess it's like all festival themed. I know nothing about the video game, so I don't know much about the theming of like the trio. And then you have Okidoki, cool card, looking card as well. But we're not here for the arts. Or I'm not here for the arts. I'm here for what they do. And we've seen Diplin and Mukidori and Okidoki and Pheasantipity. So if you want to check out older videos on my channel, I have a bunch of videos on my channel about them. So you can check those out. They're pretty easy to find. But and also they're revealed at different times. But we do have some cool cards. We have cool Fable with Metronome. That's right, Metronome. It's back. This one says choose one of your points, active Pokemon's attacks, and use it as this attack for 2 colors on a stage 1. I love this. Is it good? I mean, it's not that good, no, but seems fun. There is a Clefairy that didn't rotate, right? I'm pretty sure it did not. No. So I was Lost Origin. Okay, yeah, this kind of got overshadowed by a few other cards, but it's a fun little card slash deck. It's okay, I guess. And there's a bunch of Clefables. Also, Cleffa does not evolve into Clefairy. I think most people know that, but it doesn't, or at least the modern ones. But then you have what is this card? Oh, yes, this is like the evolving one. So you have like some Clefables. You have an EX, which is like pretty okay, and you got some options. So I think this will slot. If you're playing those other decks, you'll put this in. I think this card's really fun. It's certainly an attack I love because just copying attacks is really, really fun. We've seen that on Mew EX as well. Clefable is cheaper, but uh, Mew EX is a basic, but it does give up 2 prize, and it has relatively low HP or very low HP for a 2 prize for a 2 prize basic. Clefable is interesting. I don't really think it'll see much play. I'd love to be wrong though. If we do see like cards that have synergy with it, it could be good. Like I'm not exactly like Zoroark. This is what I'm thinking, to be honest. I'd love to see a Zoroark or something that like copies attacks from your discards. So you can copy your opponents. Like a Mewtwo and Mew for stage 1 would be really fun. But yeah, we don't have that right now. So skipping Monkey Dory, Pheasantipity, and also we're gonna skip Okidogi. We got Timber, which doesn't do anything. Got nothing particularly good. We got Girder, and then we got Conkeldurr, or Conkeldurr or whatever. This is actually really interesting. First of all, 80, but you're now confused. That's actually okay. I mean, you're fighting type. Fighting type is historically I guess a really good type for hitting weak. It hits a lot of weaknesses. It also does hit a lot of resistances. It essentially hits all the resistances, but it hits a good chunk of weaknesses. So if your opponents are running, the barrel, I guess, is a great example. You can just one-shot that. Um, Obviously, it's not super great, but it's okay. And then Gutsy Swing 250. If this Pokemon is affected by a special condition, it can use its attack, ignoring its energy cost. So that's pretty insane. Or this attack, the Gutsy Swing, you can't use this to like copy other attacks. But this is really insane. 250 for free is like it's crazy. So you could confuse yourself with the first attack. That seems bad because then you're confused and you might not attack. But the better option is, I think the best option is Boot Bonnet, which will poison you, which is not doing that much damage. You can boost damage with it as well, so you can actually hit a bunch of poison and then be doing 250 plus a bunch of poison and one-shotting a lot of things like Giratina, V-Star, and Arceus V-Star. If you do something to boost the poison damage up to 30, which there are a few options. And yeah, poisoning yourself is not very hard to do. I think this is actually really solid. It's really good. It seems really good. a little awkward. I think it'll be decent. I don't think it'll be that good because it's a bunch of setup. It's very awkward to set up because it's a stage two. I guess no energy is really nice, but it's a stage two, and then you need a basic with like a tool on, and then you're also looking for some more stuff. But I guess no energy is like you probably literally run no energy in the deck. Maybe like a jet energy or two, just cause. But yeah, this is really interesting. I think this is really fun. There's a card that stops tools as well, which is just like kind of random. That is not ideal for you, but you can counter that relatively easily. Conkeldurr seems really interesting. I think it'll see play. It's kind of it's a lot of setup, but it's really good as well. It's kind of like it's very similar to the Palafin EX in my opinion. They're both really great value, literally hit the same amount of damage as well, I believe, and they're pretty awkward to set up. So pretty cool cards though, and I like them. I think we'll see some play though. And lastly, we got this Tatsugiri, and this video hasn't been, I guess it's been a little long, but not that long so far. But we can talk about Tatsugiri, which is this is definitely the best card. I think. I mean, the Conkeldurr is good, and the process was really interesting, but Tatsugiri is insane. Surf is not insane, and also it's fire energy, and that's kind of fun. But anyways, attract customers. If it's in once no, sorry, ability, once during your turn, if this is in the active, you look at the top 6 cards of your deck, reveal a supporter you find there, and put it into your hand, then shuffle the other cards back into your deck. This is kind of like maybe Mew, or it's like Jirachi, which was really good. So this is actually very similar to Jirachi from Team Up. It's worse, I think, but if you want supporters, it's really good. And I think you know where you might know where I'm looking because Jirachi was played with Welder, and you played a skateboard. I guess yeah, that's how it would work. And then now you have a rescue board, and so this allowed free retreat. There are other ways to give a free retreat, but you can use rescue board. And then you obviously need supporters. So what supporter are you looking for? Well, this is supported just like Welder in the format, didn't you know? It is Gardenia's Vigor. This card is bad, but it is, well, I don't know, it's been bad, but it's bad because it doesn't have the support. But now you have Earthen Vessel and Superior Energy Retrieval and Regular Energy Retrieval and Tatsugiri. Um, this is really interesting. Also, it's obviously a dragon Pokemon, so what you can copy it with Regidraco, which is terrible, but the copy it with Regidraco. But there might be some dragon support coming up because we got a set called like Dragon something. I actually don't know what the set's called. Let me look it up. I don't know if we know the name of the set. Looks like we do not. Oh, it might not be a dragon set, but there is a dragon set confirmed. Somewhere. I literally I don't know. The next I think the next Japanese set's a dragon set. I don't know. There's a dragon set coming in. That's what we know though. So we're definitely gonna see some dragon Pokemon. There's some dragon support, I imagine. It might just be bad. Like it might just be a reprint of Lance, which is for 3 dragon Pokemon, which is not good. But not terrible, but not that good. But Tatsugiri seems really insane. Obviously, there are a lot of other good supporters. There are a lot of supporters better than Gardenia's Vigor. So I think this card's going to be absolutely insane. And I'm actually going to take a quick look through the supporters in Standard to see if there are any supporters that I'm forgetting about. So we'll search. Obviously, you can use this in Control with Airy. You probably toss this in an Ancient Box stack. You could put this in with. I mean, you can grab like Ionos. It can bail you out of scenario. It's a really great draw engine because supporters are really big, high-powered draw. Mew was played a lot specifically for Rare Candy as well as Psychic decks, or as well as Gardevoir. But you know, you could. It's not like a bailout. This is a bailout though. A lot of the time, you can grab Daisy's Help. I'm a massive fan of Daisy's Help as well. I will say that. And then there's a lot of control supporters. And I think all of these have rotated. So yeah, I mean, we have these. No, they have not all rotated certainly. But a good chunk have. So yeah, you can grab Lance as I mentioned. Probably not what you're looking for, but I don't know. There's some really interesting options. You could go crazy with Spark here. Spark is terrible, but yeah, this is really interesting. I think it's gonna be insane. I think Tatsugiri is like gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be in like every deck, but it might be in like almost every deck. Is just slap a rescue board on. As I said, there's the stadium that's a tool counter as well, which is not good for you. But I don't think it'll see that much play. if we see a lot of tools seeing play, like right now we see a lot of tools seeing play, and I actually don't think the stadium would see play anyways. Um, but yeah, anyway, Tatsugiri looks so insanely cool. I can't wait to try this card out. I think it's gonna be insane. You could run it with Beach Court as well. I said there are other ways to get free retreat, mostly Beach Court, but Beach Court's really good. But anyways, that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed, consider liking, subscribing, hitting the bell, and of course, comment down your thoughts on these cards because they look so cool. But as always, I'm excited to see you in the next video.